Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Tim Legler and Greg Anthony. And our reporter on the sideline tonight, Allie LaForce. Taking a look here at some of the numbers for Drew Holiday.
He hasn't been as sharp in the past 10 games as we're used to. It shows in his passing. The assist numbers down. Even the simple passes look tough for him right now. Maybe tonight he can get back on his game.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. On the block, you'll see Kamara and Klingon. The wings for him, Sharp and Avdia. And it's Holiday in at the point. And for Detroit, the forwards are Thompson and Harris. Cunningham is out there with LeVert, and it's Duran in at the center position. Teams are starting to hit their stride in this early portion of the NBA season, Tim. Do you feel like you've hit your broadcasting rhythm yet?
I'm getting there, Kevin. You're making it easy for me. It's unbelievable. It's like playing with a great point guard for a shooter. You can't make it any easier. I've got my game notes down. I'm feeling good. But honestly, I think it's going to take everybody a few weeks before we really feel like we're in midseason form.
Routine and rhythm are big parts, whether you're broadcasting or Tim on the floor.
But, Kevin, that is so true.
Cunningham is not shy about mixing it up down low. He's got a great feel around the rim.
Back to Holiday. Pass to Avdia. 6 on the shot clock. Beats the shot clock, but can't get it to fall. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Pistons. In the corner, it's Duran. And Duran slams it in.
And that is playing big down in the paint. Duran focused and flushing it home.
Here's Sharp. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. A nice shot by Klingon.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Well, with that kind of success, I imagine they'll continue to be aggressive inside.
Now here is Harris. He's making his presence felt offensively with his scoring average up there at almost 13 points a game. Here's Harris. Off target from three-point range. Stolen by LeVert. And now the Pistons fast break. And Thompson throws it down.
And when he lets the athleticism take over, Thompson can do almost anything.
And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with J.B. Bickerstaff. He told me that they've got one of the league's best lockdown defenders in Drew Holiday, so it won't be easy for us tonight. Coach went on to say that against top-tier individual defender like Holiday, the most important thing is spreading the points around and having a diverse attack. Back over to you.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report. Here's Cunningham. Trailblazers knocking down the tray. Pass to LeVert. Deflects the pass. Taken away by Holiday. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Inside. Got a piece of it. Lets it go from deep. And it's Sharp missing. The Pistons have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, plenty of anticipation in Portland for this summer when the WNBA will return to the Rose City. The Fire will reclaim the name from Portland's initial 2-year WNBA run from 2000 to 02. And this summer, with the momentum around the league, the hope is that flame will endure.
A new beginning. Okay, Shams, thank you for the report. Now here is Holiday. Last game he had 13. Klingon finds Holiday. Shot clock at 6. And there's Klingon. That's good on the assist by Holiday.
Klingon knows how to use that size, both as a screener and a finisher.
Cunningham passes to Thompson. Holiday against Cunningham. In the corner, it's Duran. Back to Cunningham. Pass to LeVert, and it's Cunningham, top of the key. Harris. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. here is Holiday. Still scoreless. Pass to Sharp. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Clock at 6. Avdia kicks to Holiday. Kamare misses. So for the Pistons, their last game, a win against the Bucks in Milwaukee. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Jalen Duren is certainly a force team in this NBA. He's a nightly double-double.
Well, he looks like a bouncer at a nightclub, but you forget how young this guy is. If he keeps improving like this, Kevin, he has a chance to be one of the premier bigs in this league.
I was going to say the same thing about you, but I'll call you a Greek god as opposed to a bouncer in a bar. How's that?
I much prefer the Greek god description.
And he makes the first.
And what I like about Jalen Duren is not only is he tough, he's also smart and he has a great feel for the game. He will be an anchor in the middle for a long time to come.
And both free throws good for Duren. And 10, the improvement for the Detroit Pistons keyed by acquiring veteran floor spacers. You must like that aspect, am I right?
Yeah, I love that, Kevin. The fact that they have a star offensive player and they went out and added guys that can create more space for their best player and also can become a great defensive team.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And the shot goes in.
And how about the burst there of speed from Holiday on the drive, zipping in before the D can rotate.
Cunningham looking around. A nice shot by LeVert.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Holiday against Cunningham. The shot by Holiday, no good.
It's been a rough quarter for him. I think patience can help. Take the shots that are there. Don't force it.
Trailblazers trail by 3. Clingan with it. Good, nice job down low. Clingan's got 6.
I love how hard Clingan works that offensive glass, using his size in that situation.
Cunningham finds LeVert. Duren sets the screen for Cunningham. And then Cunningham with the dunk.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Yeah, not only does he create the space he needs, but then he attacks downhill.
Portland with the ball after the basket by Detroit. Now Sharp, scoreless thus far. Comes up empty from 19 feet out.
Yeah, and that's a shot he'll make 90% of the time. He just couldn't get it to go right there.
Pass to Duren. Back to Cunningham. Duren with the screen on Holiday. And then Cunningham with the dunk.
Well, this team is at their best when Cunningham has the ball. They want him to dictate their offense.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You look at Portland. In the early season, they find themselves down in 9th place.
And when you look at Portland, they haven't attracted any serious attention here in the early season. It's been the kind of average start that most had predicted.
Yeah, this is a team that has some talent, but they're still searching for that consistency night in and night out.
Here's Kamara. 9-point game his last outing. And here's Sharp. Here's Klingon. Duran pulls it in.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
And Thompson kicks to LeVert. Harris inside, covered by Kamara.
Well, coaches really appreciate when guys defend with that kind of effort. Just a fantastic job protecting the rim. Now, he was bothered just enough to miss that shot. That's good work by the defense.
Cunningham gets the bucket.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Outside Holiday. From outside the arc. On the wing, Holiday. In the corner, Kamara with it. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Kamara's got 6.
Knowing it's his responsibility to find open teammates. Holiday, nice job setting the table there.
Cunningham passes to Thompson. Down low. Now, here's Duran. Klingon covering. Cunningham for 3. That's no good. It's his second miss. He's made 4. Holiday left side. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Klingon. Defended by Duran. Kamara misses. Pistons leading by 4. Cunningham dishes it to Thompson. He's looking for Duran and finds him. Good on the shot. And that's now 6 points here for Jalen Duran.
Well, that right there is Duran's workshop. When he's that close to the bucket, he is awfully difficult to handle.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. For the Pistons, Duncan Robinson, he's checked in for Thompson. And Ivey subbed in for Karis LeVert. Grant, he's checked in for Portland. Scoot Henderson comes in for Drew Holiday. Trailblazers trail by 6. Henderson looking it over. And it's cramped that time on the assist by Henderson.
Yeah, Jeremy Grant can be very physical for a wing. I love when he goes inside with force.
Harris outside. Back to Cunningham. To the middle. They get a hand on it. It's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. A different look now for Portland. Robert Williams, he's checked in for Donovan Klingon. Murray comes in for Avdia. And Matisse Thybulle subbed in for Shaedon Sharp. 4 on the clock. Cunningham for 3. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Well, he has been pretty much unstoppable this quarter, and his team is thriving as a result.
Henderson, no one around him, and the three ball is good.
Such a confident young man. Scoot just goes for it.
Harris passes to Duran. Plays it up off the glass. Duran's got his third basket of the night.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
None better, Tim, than Matisse Thybulle on a steals per minute basis.
But what a nightmare if Matisse Thybulle has you guarded on a nightly basis. He's got a sixth sense for where the ball is going to be, a disruptor in every sense of the word. And remember, this is a former collegiate defensive player of the year.
He's a special player.
Sure is.
And the Pistons with possession here. Portland knocking down that triple moments ago. Pass to Harris from the arc. Another three for Detroit.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Henderson against Cunningham. And again, it's Scoot Henderson.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Now, here's Cunningham. He's got 11. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Cunningham's got 13.
Well, they're winning this game in large part due to how efficient he's been, and it's why they'll continue to go to him.
Henderson passes to Williams. Releases. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Pistons lead by 6. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for Detroit.
They've been so aggressive, going strong at the defense, looking to score off of that penetration.
Well, don't forget about their scoring in the open floor. They've been getting a lot of production on their break.
So for the Trailblazers, their last game, a win against Cleveland. On the floor for Portland, Scoot Henderson is out there with Matisse Thybulle. Then there's Grant. Then there's Murray. And it's Williams at the 5 spot. Now, here's Thybulle. Hasn't made one yet. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Well, defensively, you can't allow that in a game this close.
And now, let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Jeremy Grant began his career as an activity role player, but he's been adding layers. He said at the start, whatever I needed to do to get on the court, whether it was defense, rebounding, blocking shots, I was going to do it. I wanted to see what I was capable of, so I put a lot of work in expanding my role. Guys?
Thank you, Allie. And it's slammed in by Williams.
An unreal athlete. Williams gets off the floor with such ease to power it down.
Outside Robinson. And a miss there on the triple. And here's Henderson. He'll bring it up for Portland. 4-point game. Coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
The key when you go into a hostile territory is play with a purpose and stay true to your game plan. That's what they did.
6 to shoot. To the inside. Holland. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Well, for what he lacks in height, he more than makes up for it with his bounce.
Outside Williams. Thybulle finds Henderson. Over Sesser. Detroit with the rebound.
And he can't let that get to him. He should have made it, but he's got to focus on the next one.
Pass to Robinson. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by Thybulle. Trailblazers trail by 4. Left side Grant. Back to Thybulle. Henderson outside. nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Henderson's got 4 points this quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. For the Pistons, Thompson, he's checked in for Robinson. Karis LeVert comes in for Ivy. And it's Cunningham in for Marcus Sasser. Portland also making some changes. Toumani Camara, he's checked in for Murray. Avdia comes in for Matisse Thybulle. And it's Holiday in for Henderson. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. GA, despite their youth, this Blazers team showing some grit at the defensive end of the court.
Yeah, very disruptive. Length on the perimeter. Donovan Clingan towering in the paint. And Chauncey Billups on the sidelines preaching that hard-nosed approach. And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Here's Thompson, and Thompson slams it home.
And his athleticism is really off the charts. Love seeing Thompson punching home like that.
That's a great look at that move from the Connected Cam, sponsored by AT&T. Trailblazers trail by 6. Pass to Kamare. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Grant, and the dunk by Grant.
Jeremy Grant, look at those ups.
The Pistons have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Here's Holland. Back to Cunningham. Over Holiday, and the Pistons getting another bucket right there.
Yeah, that was an easy one. Kane has every shot in his bag.
Grant sets a screen for Holiday. Grant outside. And the dunk by Grant.
Oh, Grant comes flying in with so much force.
Pistons leading by 4. Pass to LeVert. Avdia against Thompson. Teardrop shot. Avdia with the rebound. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Pistons team. Outside Holiday. Pocket 6. Here's the 3. Thompson with the rebound.
And it just feels like his poor shooting has been contagious. That's as good as it gets. Woo!
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. Pistons making a change here. Harris is checked in, and a switch here also for Portland. Donovan Clingan, he's checked in for Robert Williams. Holiday finds Clingan. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Tim, walk me down the Donovan Clingan pick at number 7 in the 2024 draft. What do you think the thinking was there?
Well, Kevin, I just think people viewed him as a winner, a two-time collegiate champion, and then most importantly, that rare young big man that wants to play center and anchor the paint.
First one falls for him. Hey, Tim, if you could start a franchise with one player not named Wembanyama, who would you select?
I think I'd go with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander right now. When you look at his age, combined with the fact that I believe he is the single toughest individual cover in the NBA, he can just collapse defenses at will.
That is so well said. Would you pick a position or the player? How would you discern between those two thoughts?
I think the key for me is I want to take a guy who's going to make the decisions for me with the basketball in his hands. When you have a ball-dominant league with stars controlling the action, I want that one guy who I know I can pencil in high-level production every night.
Here's Holiday, one of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. Here's Thompson. Oh, that was amazing!
Oh, my goodness!
So fast of foot on the run. Asir, tough to catch.
Trailblazers trail by 6. Now here is Holiday. Tough night continues. Shooting a woeful 1 for 9. Pass to Stewart. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Avdia.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
He is just trying to make an impact by disrupting their rhythm.
Shaedon Sharpe's checked in for Jeremy Grant. And a wide open look for Cunningham. No good on the quick 3. Portland's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Outside Holiday, and he hits the jumper. Well, he's been waiting for that for a while.
You want to be an NBA point? Take notes on Holiday running that pick and roll. Sometimes taking it yourself is the best option.
Now, here's Cunningham. His last outing, we saw him 4 in 22. Top of the key. And it's good, 2 points. Cunningham's got 4 points in the quarter.
And playing with great control, Cunningham is dictating the pace, getting to his spots, and taking it to the defense.
Here's Holiday. And it's Sharp missing. Cunningham with it. Pass to Harris. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Here's Stewart. Rebounded by Kamare. Trailblazers trail by 6. To the paint. Holiday finds Clingan. Misses from short range.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Now, here's Cunningham. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. Cunningham's got the lead up to 9 now for the Pistons. Pass to Sharp. Back to Holiday. And here's Avdia. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Avdia's got himself on the board with 3 there. And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Checked in for Isaiah Stewart. And it's never too early to start looking at our contenders for this year's dunk contest. There's no doubt it'll be a terrific showdown of some of the game's best athletes.
And it seems like each year the bar keeps getting set higher. I mean, more props, crazier concepts to the competition, the level of dunks. I think this is going to be a good one.
You look at Sharp, almost all the way up there in the top spot. I don't know if he'll make it to number 1, but you'd have to say he's going to be a part of the contest for sure.
It's looking that way, and the contest will be a lot better off having him in it. He always puts on a show.
So there you go. And as it's looking, this year's dunk contest is shaping up to be a fantastic competition. We'll keep you updated on the voting.
No doubt it's going to be a good one, Kevin. We've got players on that list who'll do things that you didn't even think were possible.
Put that bucket in no time at all. And it's an 11-point Piston lead.
From range, LeVert's one of those guys you have to respect his shot. He makes enough from beyond where you have to honor him.
Here's Klingon. Last game he had 12. Pass to Holiday. Rebounded by the Pistons. Cunningham's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the chart.
And I love it. Duren there extending his range. Not necessarily beyond the arc, but a few steps outside the paint.
Now here is Holiday. Will it go? Oh, that's blocked. Cunningham with it. Now Avdia defending. Cunningham passes to Duren. Shoots over Klingon. Duren, no good. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers, trailing by 13. Here's Sharp. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Sharp's got his first points in this one.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And after years of disappointment, the Pistons, Tim, finally seem to have put it together.
And I think the key for them has been blending in the right amount of veteran leadership with their emerging young players. And I'll tell you what, this team still has a lot more upside.
What I appreciated about Thompson is his recognition. He knows when to force the issue and when to pull back.
It's his first trip to the line. He's off on the first. Well, this league has some of the world's best athletes. But Asar Thompson, like his brother Amen, Tim, they're on another level.
Yeah, this guy has a top-tier burst and relentlessness to make things happen. He's already a stopper at the defensive end.
Hey, Greg, after 2 seasons in Milwaukee, how about Damian Lillard going back to the Blazers roster even as he works his way back from the Achilles?
And in the meantime, he gets to watch this relatively young group compete. Their activity and defensive edge should pair nicely with his offensive brilliance next season.
Now, here's Avdia. His last outing, he had 24 points.
They've worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
That's the kind of play that can spark a run. A dunk like that energizes everyone on the team.
Here's Duran. The Blazers getting the bucket. Out to Harris. Shot clock at 5. Shoots over Kamara. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Well, that's a shot he should make a majority of the time.
Takes a step back. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Jalen Duran. Tim, how do you look at Avdia's game?
Well, I just think he's a guy as a small forward with great size and great versatility. He does a little bit of everything on the court to help you win.
And he knocks down the first one. All right, Legs, follow me here. You look at the rise of teams like Detroit. There's a lot to be said for having young legs.
Well played, Kevin. Well played. And look, today's game exacts a physical toll. And if you think of it, that's especially true when you're playing a team like the Pistons. They play fast and they hit hard.
So he gets them both. And we were talking about, Tim, the front office, the Blazers very pleased with their internal development.
Well, the pieces fit. They're not just young players looking to score, but you have guys who are willing to defend and make hustle plays. That's how you build a winning culture.
Cunningham, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And even though they're down, I like the way they're pounding the ball inside. It's leading to a lot of points in the paint.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Yeah, he's at 81% from the line. And when we've had a chance to see him, he's had great form and continues to look confident.
Hey, Cunningham. One shot.
That's good from Cunningham.
And what you respect about Cade Cunningham is that he puts his team on his back. He does everything he can to deliver whatever they need.
Bounce pass, Kamara. The shot by Sharp. Nobody around. Knocks down the 3 ball. Sharp's got 5 now.
Well, that's a tough matchup because he's skilled and relentless.
3-pointer, Levert. And so it's Detroit, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Back to the action in just a minute.
Welcome. First up on the agenda tonight, let's see how the Rookie of the Year race is shaping up.
It's far enough into the season now where you can tell which guys are for real and which guys are pushing for that ROI.
I remember in 1993, you winning that award, Shaq, mainly because you should have won that championship that year, those darn Supersonics.
And returning our attention to this game, a solid first half for the Detroit Pistons.
They're teaching a course on the interior, Shaq, the philosopher of the big Aristotle.
Yeah, pounded in there repeatedly. Excellence is a habit, not an action. That is a quote from the OG.
That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You look at Cade Cunningham in this game, he's been everywhere.
It's something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Well, this team has trusted him with this level of responsibility, and it's easy to see why.
Detroit leading by 7. Harris steps in at the 4 with Duran at the center spot. LeVert out there with Cade Cunningham. And it's Thompson in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 and the 4 for the Pistons. Now here's Thompson to the inside. Shots good by Duran. 12 points here for Jalen Duran.
One thing I really like about Asar Thompson, he's a team-first guy, always willing to make the extra pass.
Sharp with it. LeVert defending. Pass to Avdia. Off target from outside.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thank you. The Portland Trailblazers, in year 3 of a rebuild, wins are hard to come by in the loaded West. But acquiring young, talented players like Denny Avdia is a nice start. He said, quote, "The team is young, but real athletic. We all compete. Everybody wants to work and wants to improve." Guys, back to you.
Young and hungry. All right, Allie, thank you for the report.
Yeah, going straight up with those long arms. Duran flat out, a brick wall around the rim.
And Duran slams it in.
What a pass right there. Coaches love seeing guys making it easy for their teammates.
Trailblazers trail by 11. Pass to Sharp. Back to Holiday. Takes it off the glass. Holiday's got 6.
Oh, a nifty finisher. You didn't think Holiday would back down inside, did you?
Now Harris. Here's Duran. Clinging, covering. Back to Harris. Just 5 on the clock. Harris a screen on Sharp. And dunk by Harris.
And I like Harris mixing that into his game. That time he screened the defender, and then he found himself open for a shot.
Now, here's Sean. 5 points in the game. Here's Kamara.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. It's LeVert on the wing. Duran down low. Clinging, covering.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Take a look at the Pistons. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position.
And right now, for the Pistons, they're proving that all the talk we heard about them in the preseason was warranted. What a role this group's been on here early on.
Well, they were in everyone's crosshairs, and they've actually outperformed some of those predictions. That is not easy to do with a target on your back.
Now, here's Cunningham. He's got 23. Here's Durant. And it's Portland with the rebound. Avdia's got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Sharp. Now Holiday. Broke loose. Here's LeVert. And he banks in the layup. LeVert's got the lead up to 13 now for the Pistons.
Due to that aggressive style of play on the offensive end, LeVert is kind of just used to contact at this point.
Now, here's Sharp. 5 points in the game. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Sharp's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Here's Cunningham, averaging around 27.5 points a game, one of the best in the league. Duran, no good. Trailblazers trail by 10. Outside Holiday. Pass to Klingon. Avdia against Thompson. Just 4 to shoot. Portland needs to get off the shot. Pulls up on the wing. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Cunningham outside. Pass to Thompson. Here's Durant. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Denny Avdia picks one up.
And if Durant gets the ball in the paint, it's really difficult to get him off his spot. He is just so strong.
Taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And Greg, everyone talks about the importance of basketball IQ. Can you win in the NBA with a low IQ team?
Boy, it would be tough. I mean, there's a reason younger teams typically don't win at the highest level. But you need to take those lumps and get that experience and learn from those lessons.
Now here is Holiday. He has 6. To the wing on the left. Pass to Avdia. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that.
LeVert from outside. Harris kicks to Cunningham. 6 on the shot clock. Over Holiday. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Oh, and he's a very good mid-range shooter, but the defense was all over him there, making that a very difficult shot.
Now, here's Avdia. 7 points in the game, and stolen by Harris. Here's LeVert, and he drives in.
And just so good at reading angles. When LeVert spots a lane to the rim, he is all over.
And so it's Holiday with it. He'll bring it up for Portland. It's a 14-point game. Stolen by Thompson. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. And Thompson throws it down.
Great effort and gets in a little razzle-dazzle at the end of that one.
Well, he had the spotlight. Why not add a little flair?
Here's Kamara. He's got 8. Avdia kicks to Holiday. Plays it up and banks it in. Holiday's got 4 points now in the quarter.
A point-blank range. That is too easy.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. checked in for Detroit. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Portland. And while we've got a moment, let's check out the best defenses in the NBA. The Pistons, number 1.
Great defenders both individually and collectively. I mean, you can tell they really love accepting that challenge. They can stifle you at that end of the floor.
Pass to Ivy. Now LeVert. 11 points in the game. Here's Thompson. Misses in close. Grant finds Holiday. Sharp on the wing. Trailblazers moving the ball around. And here is Grant. 6 points for him. Just 5 to shoot. From down low. And it's off the back rim. No good. Pistons leading by 14. You know, Greg, being a two-way player got Jeremy Grant into the NBA. But now he's grown even more.
Yeah, early on in his career, he was often the primary defender on the least floor. Then he added scoring to his game in Detroit, becoming an effective two-way player.
I'd like to thank AT&T for bringing us that spectacular look from their connected cam. Portland's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Pass to Kamare. Now Grant, guarded by Harris. Here's Kamare. Here's Klingon. Duran pulls it in. The Pistons have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. Here's Ivy. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. That will be the 4th of the string of 5 played on the road. Now, here's Sharp. Down low, Klingon. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got his 5th assist in this one. Detroit leading by 14. Here's LeVert. 11 points in the game. Thompson inside. Kamara on him. Shot clock at 6. Harris a screen on Sharp. LeVert from outside. And Klingon pulls it down. Klingon's got 9 rebounds now tonight.
Well, he was able to sink a triple back in the first half, but he has yet to connect here after the break.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Got a piece of it, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession.
And with the break in the action, let's look at the stats for Jrue Holiday. And he's a defensive ball hawk. You can't let your guard down. Remember, he's 10th in the league in steals per game.
And his floor awareness is undeniable. As you pointed out, top 10 in assists, and he's great at drawing the defense and making the perfect pass in stride. Now, here's Ivy. Still without a basket. And again, it's the Pistons missing. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Here's Kamara. And 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He barely missed that one. It's on Jalen Duran. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Pistons.
They're still slashing and attacking the rim, and the defense yet to make the adjustment and keep the ball in front.
I really like their effort in transition tonight, constantly pushing the pace and then turning that into points.
That free throw, no good. So, Tim, and I can see it in my mind's eye, you won that three-point contest back in '96. What's the key to success in that event in particular?
Oh, yeah, what a great night. And I think, Kevin, there's a few things. First, I just think you've got to have a short, compact release, because then you're not going to rush at the end to make sure you get all 25 balls up. But I also think part of it, for me, I got to shoot first after the warm-up introductions because I was still loose. I didn't have to sit there for 20 or 30 minutes during commercial breaks. I think that helped me win the title that night.
A little strategy. Here's Holland. Trailblazers knocking down the tray. Stewart finds Robinson. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Robinson's got his second bucket tonight. Grant sets a screen for Henderson. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
Well, he's not the reason they're down right now. He has played smart, efficient basketball.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. The Pistons making a change here. Cunningham's checked in. Portland also making some changes. Avdia comes in for Toumani Camara. And Matisse Thybulle subbed in for Sharp. There's 1:38 left in the third quarter. Henderson against Cunningham. Stewart kicks to Cunningham. Stewart with the screen on Henderson. And the dunk by Stewart.
And one of the big reasons Cunningham went first overall in the draft, his playmaking at 6'6" is really valuable.
Trailblazers trail by 13. Here's Thybulle. Henderson for three. 7 for 9 now with that miss. Now shooting 78% from the floor. Cunningham on the wing. Henderson defending. And then Cunningham with the dunk.
And you can see why they continue to call Cunningham's number. Once he's flipped that switch, let him go to work.
Now here's Grant. He's got 6. Shot from free throw range. It's hauled in by Stewart.
Well, he usually brings rain from there, but not this time.
Pass to Ivy. Back to Cunningham. Oh, good with the triple. Trailblazers trail by 15 to the middle. Avdia, the pass to Grant. Count it. 8 points for Jeremy Grant.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Cunningham outside. Just 3 on the clock. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Detroit Pistons looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, I like the fact he didn't telegraph it. That's poetry in motion right there.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And on the floor for Portland here in the 4th, the forward spots will be Avdia and Grant. Henderson out there with Matisse Thybulle, and it's Williams at the center. So it's the Pistons now. Portland knocking down that triple moments ago. Cunningham gets the bucket. Cunningham's got 27 points.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Avdia on the wing. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for Detroit. At one point, they led by 16. Robinson misses.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Henderson dishes to Williams. And it's Williams finishing it off.
Well, this is a good reminder for anybody who thinks he's too small for a 5. His athletic ability totally levels the playing field.
Now, here's Ivy. Cunningham for 3. Good on the three-point shot. Cunningham's got 30 points.
And he is a guy who typically needs the ball in his hand, so it's good to see Cunningham as a catch-and-shoot option.
Here's Grant. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Cunningham outside. Pass to Stewart. Stolen by Grant. And now Portland on the break. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Pistons leading by 11. Now, here's Ivy. Here's Holland. He's covered by Grant. Holland, the pass to Cunningham. Over Williams. The rebound by Grant. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Outside, Avdia. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the lead to shreds.
Tobias Harris has checked in for Holland. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Klingen's checked in.
One shot.
That free throw good from Avdia. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Cunningham kicks to Harris. Outside. Robinson. Back to Harris. Pass to Stewart. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Robinson. Sinks that one from the post. And the Pistons lead by 10.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
Basket good.
Watching the trajectory on a floater never gets old. One of the most fun ways to score that this league has.
Ivy dishes to Cunningham. Releases. And the Pistons getting another bucket right there.
And I love how Cunningham dictates the pace. You can't speed this guy up. He forces you to play at his speed.
Williams sets a screen for Henderson. Pass to Williams. Banked in off the glass. Williams has got 4 this quarter.
Consistency all game long. He's going to continue, I think, to have to take it over to get them back in the game.
Harris passes to Stewart. Back to Harris. Cunningham outside. On the wing, Harris. Cunningham against Williams. Stewart misses. Trailblazers trail by 8. Avdia on the wing. Grant kicks to Avdia. And stolen by Ivy. Here's Harris. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Up top, Henderson. Covered by Cunningham. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Henderson, bounce pass. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And simply put, Donovan Klingen is a winner. 2 national titles in 2 college seasons. He can really affect a game at that size.
Taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good. So for the Pistons, Duren, he's checked in for Stewart. Asar Thompson comes in for Duncan Robinson. And Karis LeVert subbed in for Jaden Ivey. Portland also making some changes. Toumani Camara, he's checked in for Robert Williams. Sharp comes in for Grant. And it's Drew Holiday in for Henderson. Shots good by Duren.
And what's great about Duren's production is it's consistent and he plays to his strength.
Pass to Avdia. Beyond the arc. Portland no good that time either.
And not a night he's going to want to remember. Just not really able to score the basketball.
Cunningham passes to Duren. Here's Cunningham. Misses off the left iron. Trailblazers trail by 11. Pass to Kamara. Avdia on the wing. There's a screen by Kamara. Now Klingon. 5 on the clock. Here's Sharp. Great D that time from LeVert. Detroit leading by 11. Cunningham on the wing. Guarded by Holiday. Here's Duren. And Duren slams it in.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Holiday the pass to Sharp. Holiday a screen on LeVert. Here's Sharp. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip. 5 for 10.
And what I love about his performance tonight, he started slow, but he refocused at halftime, and he has really picked it up.
Now, here's Thompson. Going down hard!
Watch out below. Woo!
The speed makes Thompson such a threat with the ball in his hand.
Here's Holiday. Outside, Avdia. Back to Holiday. Pass to Sharp. Klingon the screen for Sharp. And the foul called on Cade Cunningham. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. 13 foul.
Here's Kamara. Guarded by Harris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots from the high post.
That's a great defensive effort from Cunningham. Uses that large frame to alter the shot.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Duren with the screen on Sharp. They get the rebound. Duren sets the screen for Cunningham. Goes up again, and Duren lays it in. Duren's got 6 in the quarter.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Outside, Avdia. The wide open look here for Holiday. A three-pointer, no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Cunningham outside. Pass to LeVert. Now, here's Duren. He's guarded closely. And it's LeVert missing. Trailblazers trail by 15. Outside Holiday. Here's Kamara. Misses the 3. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. LeVert with it. Here's Harris from deep. And it misses. Now Sharp. And a foul called on Cade Cunningham. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And we've got a timeout called by Chauncey Billups. He knows every possession is critical now.
Timeout.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Guys, over the last break, I listened to Chauncey Billups address the team. He stressed with his guys how important defense is at this point of the game, saying, quote, "It's got to come down to stops, fellas. We know how good our offense is. Now I need you to communicate and D-up out there."
Allie, thank you so much. Thompson against Avdia. Now Sharp. 6 on the shot clock. Finally got it after a couple of offensive rebounds.
Oh, nice job executing inside. Sharp's confidence is what makes him such a dangerous player. Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
What a great sequence. You gotta love the effort. That's big time.
Now, here's Cunningham. Big time move inside.
And got to push LeVert out of that area because he's very comfortable looking to score from there.
Now Sharp. And he does not hit. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
Cunningham outside. Now Thompson. Cunningham outside. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Outside Holiday. Got it to go off the glass.
And I like the fact they didn't settle there. They worked for a higher percentage shot.
Personal foul. 15 foul. Shoot for Portland. Come on. At the line for 1.
Now LeVert. 1:15 left in the game. Fires the three. The three goes down.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Pistons.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Cade Cunningham.
And his playmaking was a big storyline in this game. He got guys involved and found them in their favorite spots.
Portland with the ball, following the missed shot by Tobias Harris. And that's in there! The way, Greg, they're sharing the ball tonight, mesmerizing.
Everyone's getting to touch it, and everyone's contributing.
And so it's Detroit with the W. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that'll do it, folks. Along with Tim Leichler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you once again for being with us here tonight on 2K Sports. And now our player of the game, Cade Cunningham.